Hello, my name's Tom and I'm here just at the back of Swan Lake listening to the thousands of pink-footed geese we've got on site. Welcome to another episode of Martin Mears Wildlife Weekly. For the last few weeks, Martin Mears has been home to thousands of geese, but the numbers of these geese are starting to steadily decrease as they continue their migration all the way down to Norfolk. Hopefully they'll be joining our colleagues down at Welmy. Because we've had such good numbers of pink-footed geese, they've become stars of TV, with the BBC Breakfast coming in to video them early morning and also some evening videos from the BBC Northwest Tonight. But as the geese are leaving, the whooper swan numbers are increasing. We've had 150 counted on site so far this year, and hopefully that number will increase all the way to the spectacular sights of 2,100 we had a couple of years ago. Although it's been a busy time on the reserve with all the wildfowl we're getting, the grounds department have been really busy as well, and they've been doing a flamingo catch. So let's go over to Alex and see exactly how and why they do it.
This week it's been all hands on deck as we prepare for and carry out a flamingo catch. This happens only once every few years and it's quite an undertaking, requiring months of planning, preparation, trying to sort out dates when everyone can make it. Lots of people are involved, from the vets to different study groups, of course the ground staff, the volunteers, and we've even had a couple of people over from Flamingo Land in Yorkshire. It's the turn of our greater flamingos to have a check-up this time. These are our largest flamingos, and here at Martin Mears we've got a flock of 91 birds. The day before requires us to build what's called a corral. This in itself is a pretty big job, taking a good team a full day to build. When it's finished, it'll hold the entire flock of flamingos, and that allows us to go in and pick them off into smaller groups for processing. It's made of netting and it's packed full of straw. And this means that if the flamingos do get agitated and start running around, they've got soft edges to bump into and nice soft straw underfoot to keep them comfortable and calm whilst they're waiting. The birds are caught by our aviculturalists and then passed on to handlers who keep a tight hold. Though they can stand over 5 feet tall, they weigh only a few kilos, so the flamingos are quite delicate. However, they can be feisty and they will nip and they'll bite whatever those long necks can reach. Any youngsters need ringing and also to be microchipped for the first time for identification purposes. Then they'll move along and get a couple of feathers pulled out so that we can DNA sex them. Adults will have already had this done when they were juveniles, so we can simply give them a health check, check their microchips are still working, and also what we like to do is photograph their feet. This gives us a good idea of their overall health. And this year, for the first time, we've also done something called digital thermography, which gives us a digital image of their feet. That gives us extra information. Finally, they're weighed on scales before being released back into the flamingo house with the rest of the flock. This gives us loads of really great data, and it's always important to monitor the health of captive animals, both in the short term and over the long term. And that enables us to use the most appropriate and the best animal husbandry for that species. Looking ahead for the weather, it's sadly looking like it's on the turn, and next week is predicted to be a pretty rainy and miserable affair, which looks like winter's setting in. As always, if you've enjoyed this episode of Wildlife Weekly, please share it with your friends and followers on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to check out our YouTube channel.